go. Let me get everybody up on stage. If I whoa, Bashir, you look fancy. What's up? I haven't seen you on all your glory before. You're on mute.
Just working. I'm at my uncle's shop. It's a good work environment. Just helps me stay energized and get through the calls and the rejections and all the fun stuff.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So let's get started for the second live for today. Just a reminder, if you want to get on stage, turn on your camera. You get up faster. I like to talk to people and not just logos. Also, if as always, please do not cuss in my live streams. And what else? What are my other rules? There's something else. I don't know what it is. Okay, Bashir, what's going on?
What's going on, Trent? So, how are you, first and foremost?
Excellent, excellent, excellent.
All right, that's good. Update on the off-market property that I had under contract. It wasn't a deal. The seller was being difficult and very demanding. And overall, after further insight, it just wasn't an overall good deal. It was difficult to dispose. It was difficult to get under contract. It was difficult to negotiate. Every step of the way was difficult. The only reason why I followed through with it, two reasons. One, I'm not a quitter. But two, I wanted to see what the process would entail in its entirety. So we did not end up getting that one sold. Ended up canceling that one today. But I learned a lot in the process. I disposed my ASS off, and I also found 4 new buyers that I otherwise would not have met. So
great.
Yeah, it was a good learning process.
Yeah, that's awesome. It sounds like a success. I know the outcome wasn't selling the deal, but that's great. You're killing it.
Yeah, it was a great outcome. Yeah, and I have my eyes on a few fix and flips for us to look at. As long as the numbers make sense, I will be bringing them to you.
Okay, excellent. Yeah, I want to do that with you, and Amy's going to help us through the process too. So we'll kind of grab her resource, whatever she paid for with that company that charged her way too much. So hopefully we can help her out. Okay, awesome. Good update. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
All righty, bro. Take it easy. Joseph, what's going on? Hope you're on mute. That darn mute.
Got it. Doing a lot of multifamily discovery calls today. I just came across this one lead. Got a list price for 2.2 mil. They have 1.2 million in debt. As I kind of asked, like, hey, would they be interested in making payments? They're like, the agent responded, the sellers want to be in a second position. Should it just be a situation where I kind of draw it up as a hybrid anyways and just submit the offer?
Yep, exactly. Because
the
seller's looking for about $1 million, right? They've got about $1 million in equity.
Yeah.
Yeah. How many units?
This is 8 duplexes, 16 doors.
Okay. And what's it bringing in month rent wise?
188 gross.
Monthly?
Yeah, that's what he said.
188,000?
A year. Sorry, a year. Sorry.
I'm like, that's delicious.
I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I guess me too, man. I gotta divide stuff by 12.
Yeah, I hate that part. I wish everybody would just do everything on monthlies. So we're looking at 188 divided by 12. Okay, so 15 and a half a month. Not too shabby. Okay.
What would the pitch be? I just got on the phone and I got this notification that you're joining, so I just hopped on. This just
Oh,
just
sweet.
happened. And I wanted
Oh, that's
insight
awesome.
into it because I was like, I'm just working with bigger deals. And I'm learning through the process.
That's the key to all of this. I mean, we don't know what we're doing, and that's fine. And that's why we're here.
Yeah.
So that's absolutely fine. Okay. So we got to figure out the hybrid part of it. I'm not a huge fan of hybrids, especially $1 million hybrid. So what's
Because
your
of double
interest rate?
payment?
Just because it's a pain in the butt. Yeah. Because I mean, we've got to have something to give to the buyers, and so I've just never been a fan of them. But that's not to say it can't work. So what we want to do is we want to make sure we're getting a discount on the property. Where are you at with the seller? Do you have send me the address?
Yeah, so I'm putting it on PropStream and it doesn't have the debt listed, even though he said debt is in place.
Okay. Yeah, see if you can get
Every
the mortgage statement if you can, just so we know what the interest rate. Because if it's an interest rate of 7, then you just move on.
What's a rebuttal to they don't want to be in second position?
That's all they can be. Their first mortgage is in first position. Yeah, just ask them how you're supposed to do that.
No, for sure. But at the same time, his thing was like, why don't you guys just pay off the debt? And I'm like, okay, that's 50% in. That was his
Yeah, ask
rebuttal.
him why
That was
he
message.
didn't. Yeah, that's what I would say. Why don't you pay off the debt and take the whole thing, and we'll do seller finance? It's just a dumb thing to say. Like, yeah,
Nah, I didn't develop that much rapport to crack jokes like that. He was a straight shooter, is what I got from him. He was a straight shooter when I spoke. I don't know if he's been pitched seller finance, but once I kind of feel things out, I said I mentioned takeover payments, and he was like, I know they wouldn't be in second position. It's kind of how things will be. He was a straight shooter.
yeah. Sounds like it's not a deal. I almost wouldn't waste my time with it, but get an education out of it and just say, well, I appreciate you asking me to pay off your debt, but why don't you guys pay off your debt, and then we can talk.
Okay, and if it's a good interest rate, I guess from this learning experience, I haven't done a hybrid because I didn't really understand it. I'm like double payments. When is this appealing? But I think it was
Yeah.
Richard or somebody yesterday had a really good hybrid. I think it was like cash on cash return was above 20%, wholesale fee was above 20,000. And Richard was hyping it up. So I was like, man, I'm going to take on any property today. And this one happened to be
Yeah.
a hybrid. So I want to know what would be a nice rebuttal to like the second position thing from your experience.
Totally. It's one of those things where you can't be in second position because you've already got a mortgage on the place. It's really like, it's not even a question. It's like saying, why can't I be first in line? It's like, well, because you're second in line. I mean, you've already got the mortgage company has got to be first position. You would have to knock them out of it. And that's what they're saying. They're saying, well, pay off that mortgage and then. So.
Okay.
More than likely it's not a deal, but I would go through the process just so you can understand it for sure.
Okay. And then another interesting lead I have right now is one with 100K rehab. Is that worth pursuing? It's listed for 300,000. It's down to like its studs. They have 100K rehab. And I was like, should I put it's free and clear. So I was like, should I even care to call this agent back? We had a good conversation.
Yeah, what's it worth? Yeah, what's it all worth?
All worth? Don't know, but it's a duplex that is listed for 300,000.
What are the rents?
Rents for each one, 1,500 aside.
Okay, so 3,000 a month, and it's 300,000, and it needs $100,000 in repairs.
Yeah.
Okay. And it's totally paid off. Are they willing to do seller financing on it or no?
We had a good conversation. She ended like, hey, I'll at least present it to them. But they were like, okay. So I asked her, I was like, hey, how much do duplexes sell for there? She's really knowledgeable, 35 years in the biz. And she was like, a fully remodeled duplex can probably sell for 420. And I'm like, okay, 100K rehab sell for 424.50. And I'm like, okay. She was like, well, if they don't sell it at the price they want, then they'll just rehab it and put it get retail. And I'm like, okay, but retail or properties are having a hard time selling with the interest rate. And I was just understanding from a rehab perspective, like how much of a rehab should I assess for? Like, I'm not even gonna call this agent bad. I'm not even gonna submit an offer. I don't even want to analyze it.
Okay. So it sounds like, I mean, they're not motivated. So if you come in with a $200,000 offer, I don't think they're going to be receptive, but give it a go. Like, go ahead and tell them 200,000, because if it needs 100 or 150.
She said 100. She got 3 different bids. They were all pretty much $5,000 off from each other. So she just put it around 100,000.
Okay, well let's call it 125 or 130,000, just so we can. So come in and just do a cash offer at 150.
Cash offer 150. Don't even pitch seller finance.
No, not until she says no to the 150, because that's your pitch. That's when you want to pivot.
Okay, and then who's in charge of like the live stream schedule? Because I'm super confused when this stuff happens, man. I just get a beep on my phone. I'm like, oh, let me see who's on. But the live stream schedule that shows on the left hand corner is not up to date.
Yeah.
Or maybe it is up to date, or I don't get it.
Let's see. It should be up to date. Let me look at it.
There's sometimes people are live, and I'm like, bro, that person's not supposed to be live right now. I'm confused. I just update my calendar.
Yeah, I'm usually dead on all mine. So I'm Tuesdays and Thursdays from 12 till Richard comes on, and then every day Monday through Saturday from 8 a.m. to 10. So I'm just looking. You haven't seen anything. I mean, sometimes Stephen G goes on Thursdays, but I popped in and he wasn't here, so he might have just taken the day off. But everybody else, all these
it says you're Tuesday and Thursday, 3 p.m. Eastern.
Yep.
Tuesday and Thursday, 3 p.m. Eastern. Okay.
Is that what it is
today? Yeah, I mean it works now, but I seen you and Shane on earlier, and I was super confused. I was like, had I known, I would have hopped on.
Yeah, I come on every single day from 8 a.m. So 11 p.m. your time, or 11 a.m. your time till 1 your time. Is that right? 11? Yeah. So 8 a.m. my time, Pacific time till 10. And that's every day. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I'm plugged in every day making calls, but I guess the last one is, how do I know their list price is just too high? Like I look at a triplex and they want like 900,000. What tells you like, man, do I even want to analyze something like that?
I like to search out the comps. So I like to try to get 5 comps in the area. Another quick way to do it, an easy quick way, is when you're on Zillow and you pull up the address, roll down, there's one map, and then if you roll down further, there's another map. So give me an address. Send it. Do you have one that you're working on?
I guess it 9615 North 13th Street, 9615 North 13th Street in Tampa.
East 13th? Got
North 13th.
Okay, so what I do, and again, everything I do is for shortcuts so I can get on the phone and talk to the realtor. That's the most important thing to me. So I try to find things that are just like really quick shortcuts. Okay, so this one's been on for 505 days, right?
Yeah.
There's a reason for that. But to your question, so they're asking 350 basically. I roll all the way down to that last map and just do the satellite view of the area. And if you just zoom in, I always click on the map and then it takes you to another page, but it's not doing it. So you can kind of see that right next door is 55K. Hang on, I'm trying to get to it and it's not working on my side. Okay, always make sure you're looking at the lot lines. but you can kind of just look around in the area and see that there's not really anything else at that price. Like they're all a little bit. Oh, I see. Yeah, go up to that upper right hand corner and just the arrows that shoot out, and then it'll give you the map view. So, like even on the other side of the tracks, there, everything's 276, 280, but 187, 186, 187. Do you see all those?
Yeah, but around it is a lot of 300s though. You're looking at souls or you're looking at listings?
I'm just looking at the numbers that are there. But okay, so one thing, we don't want to justify their number. We want to challenge it. Okay. So what I see, I don't see any 300s. Where are you seeing 300s?
You're on Zillow at the bottom with the neighborhood North Tampa thing.
Yeah. So, and then go to the lot lines. Up in the
I see for sale.
So I'm not worried about for sales because that's not real. That's the dream. But just the Zillow, the Zestimates, see in that area, like 290, 196, 189, there's a 240. None of them are in the 300s. I'm not sure what you're seeing.
You know what I mean? And it's like a black color for all the different.
Yeah, for everything. And it's so it's just kind of a quick way. Again, I love doing quick ways, and I love being pessimistic about everything I see. And so what I would do is I would take all the low ones, the 167, the 175, the 186, and that's what I would talk to the realtor about. It's like, hey, I'm looking in the area, and there's a lot of 170, 175, 181, places. So how are you guys asking so much? Is that why it's been on for 500 days? So it's a great thing to talk to them.
The seller's not motivated. I was like, hey, so what happens if they don't get their price? They keep renting it out.
Yeah. So in those situations, I save myself and I just move on. You can throw throw a low ball offer at them if you want to on the way out. But I mean, if they're not motivated, they're not motivated. I trust the realtor when they say they're not motivated. You know what I mean?
And that's what I try to avoid the whole write-up stuff. That's what I try to pull out of the, okay, if I'm not at 600, should I even bother? And will they consider seller financing? So I guess my last question, because it just popped in my head, my initial offer on all these seller financing deals should be 0%.
Perfect. I love 0%.
Every single one. Hey, are they open to seller financing? Yes. I mean, I present it to them. Perfect. Once I draw up that, once I do my analysis, 0%, 30 years, initial offer. Always. Doesn't matter if it's 1.2 or 300,000.
Well, and even better, don't mention the interest rate at all.
I never do. I don't mention the interest rate or down payment. Good. I just say, hey, I ran my numbers. This isn't cash flowing too well. I just want to see, are they open for, do you think they'll be in seller finance? So I give them their price, some payments.
Try not to see what you think. Finance too, just because a lot of realtors are sick of hearing seller finance. Just say, hey, can I incentivize them on a set of payments? Would that be possible? It means the same thing.
The lingo. It means the same thing.
It's just a gentler way of
engineer, garbage truck man.
Exactly. And so that's how Richard handles it, which is brilliant because it's a little less of a slap in the face. Seller financing has a bad rap. It just does. It shouldn't. But if you can just make it a little bit more gentle, and we always want to be as human as possible. You know what I mean? That's the whole point. And so when you can make it a little bit more gentle on people, that's the key.
Okay, I'll 0% everybody and then take it from there. So that's cool.
Yeah, and I like the fact that you're not saying 0% because that's huge because a lot of people are like wise to that, and a lot of people just don't realize that there's a potential of having an interest rate, and so we want to take advantage of that for sure.
And then if they push back like I want a 5% interest rate, bad deal or on the numbers still?
Well, it all depends. That's when you say, well, how am I supposed to do that? Because the bank's going to give me 5%, even if they're not. You can say it. And just say, and that it's a great way to get them to explain to you how that works. and you're like, well, I am paying you, 10 grand or 20 grand over the purchase price, and the interest is figured in there. That's why we're paying all the interest as part of the purchase price.
Okay. All right. I'll send him my offers then.
All righty. Keep on killing it. No, but you're going to do great because you're making your calls and you're doing all that, and that's the name of the game. It's just time. Oh, it's so hard. But make it easier on yourself by just kind of having those little shortcuts. The shortcuts are everything, because then you can and be okay with saying, oh, that's not a deal. Richard can turn things into a deal, but he's been doing this for a while, and so I love the shortcuts, and I love knowing that if something's not a deal, I'm going to move on.
Okay.
Okay. Good job, bro.
The baby with me.
All right, let's go. Whose mic's open? Hey, Chuck, what's going on? I saw your DMs earlier. So what's up? What can I help you with? Chuck,
here we are. How's it going?
You got a camera, Chuck?
Yeah, I do. Let me get it on here.
You have a camera, but let's get it going.
Just a matter of finding the right place.
Okay, what's going on?
So finally got hold of the realtor. So
great.
It looks like it might be.
So you didn't circumvent?
So it's 23 units now, 23 properties. And
wow,
I was right. It's 23 properties. The owners were, as I thought, it was a mom and pop operation. They just kept buying while he was working. They kept buying properties, and she was managing the properties while he was going to work. So now they're retiring, and they just want to get out altogether. So they're talking like $4 million to $4.5 million for what's left of the portfolio.
Okay.
So roughly about $200,000 per house. They're all rented, so they're already cash flowing. So it's
good. What are the numbers?
That's what I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for an email. He's just he has to get back to the office so I can get into his computer, and he's got the whole list of all the addresses, what's been done on each, because he's also a contractor, so he did a lot of the work on all these houses. So he did that for him. He's got all that set up. Each unit has.
Have you run your numbers on everything?
I didn't hear that. What?
Have you run your numbers on everything? What you think it's worth? What you want to give them? Any of that?
Until I see the properties, I have no idea.
Okay, so we're just premature.
Cool. Yeah, I'm still premature. I'm just really excited at this point. Obviously, my first deal, and this is what it is.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, well, let us help you. Yeah, I mean, anything you want to DM me, definitely do it, and then you can also send it to, since it's going to be a lot of paperwork and a lot of files, you can send it to my email, which is tkosubmissions@gmail.
Can you message that to me, because I'm never going with that.
Yeah, no problem. Marilyn will actually put it in the. She'll probably either DM it to you or she'll put it in the chat here. Yep, yeah, she's gonna DM it.
All right.
Okay. Let me know. I'm here every morning. 8 till 10.
I know. I've been catching you. But yeah,
okay, good.
And he's doing all the all the information for all the units are currently rented out. He's got what each unit's renting out for, what they could be renting out, because they're undercutting the market. They're all long-term rentals.
Make sure all your numbers are not on what it can get.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Perfect.
Oh yeah, I just want to let you know what's
check your DMs. Do you know how to check your DMs?
Yep, I saw
Perfect. It. Okay. All right, beauty. Thanks, bud.
All right. No, thank you. I just wanted to share that real quick.
That's awesome. Okay, later.
Hey,
All
Trent.
right. Let's do. Hey, what's up?
I just contacted a seller. I called them 3 times. They didn't
Okay.
answer. So I sent them a message just pretty much saying that I'm interested in taking over their debt. And they just messaged me back. They're like, please let me know what you think and how it would work. I'm trying to do like a trust deal.
Great. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
I said they would lose money on the sale, and I'm not sure if this is a scenario where we would like, instead of them losing money, we would pay them something so that they don't lose money. Is that how?
Let's check out the numbers because I'm stingy, so I tend to not pay anybody anything. Send me the address,
Okay, I'll send it over to you.
and if you have a camera, go ahead and turn that on.
All right, let me turn on my camera. Okay,
All right.
there. All right,
There
let
we
me.
go. How are you?
Doing good. Let me send this to you. 0. Okay, I just sent it over. Let me know if you got it.
Okay. Got it. Let's check it out. Let's see where we're at here. All right. Oh, nice house. Okay. So it's not bad looking. Okay, 250. And yeah, it actually doesn't really need a whole lot of work except that green carpet.
Yeah.
Wow, people make those. Yeah, that's a decision that you regret. Okay, let's see. And have you looked at it through PropStream yet?
Yeah. I believe he has less than 10% equity. Let me pull it up again.
Yeah, great. I'm checking it out too.
He would lose like 5,000. Probably more. Probably like close to 10,000 on the sale.
Yep.
Between fees and everything.
So one of the things I like to do in these situations is I offer them nothing, but I also talk to the realtor and I say, hey, Mr. or Miss Realtor, these guys aren't going to make anything on the sale of their house. So how about you step aside? I'll pay you $500 and we'll go after this house and take this burden off of their. So I've got a bunch. I've got 3 different. It must be this one. Let me see. Okay, so and they've got a 2.9% interest rate.
Yeah, very low.
Loan. Yeah, and it's only $1,000 a month, and they have a balance that is just right around $20,000 below what the loan amount was, so $18,000. So, let's just double check and see. Let's go over it. So rents are $1,000, right? Is that what I saw? Oh no, not rents. I mean, the payment is $1,000.
Yeah.
And that's at 2.9. And do you know what the rents are?
No. I just contacted him. I didn't do anything else.
Okay, cool. And what is he saying? He's saying, well, they're 139 days on market, which is great.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like rents in the area are $1,600. Let's see how that works into our 1,600 rent. They owe. Let me get that back. They owe $219. And then let's see, what do you think it's worth? That's the big one. Let's see. So in the area, Places are going for, let's see what the neighbors. So I go into the Zillow, like the Zestimate, which is not super reliable, but it gives you an idea. So the neighbor's 275, 192 is the next door neighbor, and a 166. So they're a little overpriced, but the let's see what the neighbor looks like. Yeah, that neighbor, so they look like they're a little overpriced too. Okay, so their price is a little high, but we're actually not too bad. So yeah, what I would do, I mean, your strategy right now is to go in and say, hey, I can help get rid of that $1,000 a month burden that they have, because it might be something that's really killing them. Maybe they lost a job or whatever, and they just want to get out of it. But also, if that's possible, you go to the realtor and say, hey, it's kind of not cool. These guys aren't really making anything off of this. What do you think about just taking $500 and walking away? They'll say no.
The seller. I went straight to the seller.
Oh, you went right to the seller?
I went right to the seller. Yeah.
Oh, then you're in good shape. That's great. Okay, good. Yeah, so you just offered, say, hey, I'd love to come in and just take over your loan, because if you had a realtor, you'd be paying $250, about 15,000, and that's what you owe. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah. So he wants to know, like, how does it work? He's like, please let me know what you're thinking and how does it work. So how would I proceed? He said he doesn't want to do phone calls right now. He just kind of wants to like text about it. So
yeah, no problem. Okay, so you just say we go in and we take over the responsibility of the loan. A lot of people say that we do a sub 2, but we're not doing a sub 2, because that's a whole different deal. So we'll take over the responsibility of the loan completely. We put the whole thing into a trust. And so we'll set up a trust for you. That'll be we'll take on that expense. We'll do all the closing costs. And then they're just relieved of that $1,000 a month payment that they're making, and see if that's interesting to them.
Okay. All right, that sounds good. Normally with these deals, so you don't offer them anything, you try to get it like at 0. Okay.
To start. Then you can be like, hey, how about if we give you, $3,000? That's your next. You never want to go right to, how about 20 grand? You want to just work. Yeah, I'm super stingy, but it makes the deals way more sellable.
Okay, yeah.
Richard's team doesn't have as tough a time trying to sell them.
All right, I'll do that. Thank you so much.
All right, take it easy. Let me know what happens. I'm here every morning, so you can check back in.
Thank you.
Absolutely. All right. What's up, Manny Mac?
Yo, Trent. So, can you hear me all right?
How are you? I can.
I'm good. You're going for yard work right now. That property that I sent over to you.
Yeah.
That we sent the offer. The realtor came back to me and said the seller has a couple questions. If we can jump on a call, I don't know if I need to just coordinate that with your team or you after the stream.
Yeah, I'll put a Calendly link in your DM. So pick I don't think we'll need more than 15 minutes, but you can just pick one. Either, let's do, okay, I put it in your DMs. Yeah, set up that. I'll give you a 30-minute. And yeah, we'll talk to the realtor. I'm happy to talk to any realtor anytime, whenever you guys need that.
Okay,
let me know.
Yeah. The realtor said that the seller just has a couple questions. So I was just like, let me just get back with my partner to see if we can coordinate a good time. They asked today, but I'm pretty sure that wasn't going to work out. So I'll look at your Calendly and then just get back to them saying, hey, do this time or this time work?
Yeah, perfect.
Okay. Awesome.
That
Trent.
works.
Thank you.
And you bet. And Big Choppa in the chats. Yeah, as long as you've got a deal going and you've already made the initial call for the realtor, I'm more than happy to help you get going. But here, I'm going to actually pull you up on stage. So stand by 1 second. Let's get because I love getting people that haven't made phone calls yet, and get you to start making phone calls. So, Big Choppa, have you made phone calls? Let's see in the chat. Okay, good. I'm going to put you on stage and we're going to talk here in a minute. Let me get through Joel and these guys, and then I'll get to you. Okay, Joel, what's up?
Hey, man, how's things?
Good. How you doing?
Oh, doing just fine. Hey, so I'm actually quite new here. This is my first time hopping on a live stream, and I'm just getting the feel for some stuff here. I'd been watching some of Richard's videos, and
Okay.
I decided to join the Discord. So I hopped on Zillow, of course, and then started looking for some of the criteria he had laid out and said what you should look for.
Okay.
And I came across this one property here. Can I give you the address? I'm not worried that someone's going to take this deal. I haven't reached out to the real estate agent yet. I'm just kind of wanting to know what to look for. I'm wanting to see, is this kind of
let me ask you this.
things I'm looking for?
Here's my standard. I'm new to this speech. Okay. And Big Choppa, okay. This is for you too. I want you to get on the phone. How do you feel about getting on the phone? Because I know when I first started, I was like, what am I going to talk about? Like, why am I going to make that phone call? And I'm like, well, I'll just keep doing numbers and I'll see if I can find something that makes sense.
Yeah.
And I realized I was just doing numbers. And then once I did all the numbers and I finally called somebody, they're like, oh, that's already pending. It's under. And I'm like, okay, I just took 45 minutes and did all my numbers. That was a huge waste of time.
Right.
And so what I can't realize is I want you guys to get on the phone.
Okay.
Get on the phone and call 20 realtors.
Yeah.
Okay. And this is for Big Choppa too, because it's I think he's in the same boat.
Yeah.
So I want you to get on, and I don't care who you're calling, what if it's a duplex. It doesn't have to be a deal for these first 20. I want you to get on, and so you build up a cadence so you understand what they're asking for. Some might shut you down right away just because you're like, hey, I really like you.
You don't know what you're talking about. You sound like a dummy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so all I want you to do, the only thing you have to do is get on and ask them why the person's selling the house. I want to know that. That's my main information.
Okay.
But you're not going to get it. You're not going to get it by saying, hey, why is this seller selling the house? Because there's no report yet, and they're going to be like, I'm not telling you. That's information in a negotiation that they want to keep it to themselves.
Yeah.
So you're going to call, and I'm going to pull up any Zillow here and just hang on. Let me find one. And I'm going to tell you the secret is, so I've just pulled up this, come on. And I'm looking at the description that the realtor, and more times than not, the realtor is the one that put up the description. Okay.
Okay.
This one is a Tuscan-style home is on a quiet cul-de-sac, just minutes away from both Highway 65 and 180. And so, my questions to the realtor is like, "Hey, what style is that? It looks kind of Tuscan."
Right.
You don't care.
Yeah.
You're just trying to develop any kind of rapport. And how close is it to the freeways? Because I need something that's freeway close.
Yeah.
Oh, it's minutes away from Highway 65.
So you kind of ask questions you already know the answers to.
Correct.
Okay.
How many car garage is this? Oh, with a 3-car attached garage. Step in the main level with rich woodwork and arched doorways. It's all this stuff that you really don't care.
You just chat about the place.
Shower. You just want to chat with them. Okay. Yeah. And so this is like you walked out to get your mail and you're talking to the neighbor and you're asking them about the house. So I want you to do that. And I know 20 times sounds really daunting and like a ton, but the whole point is I want you to do them one after another and just get that done. Then your next step is start finding the ones that are, I like to find ones that are 1% of the purchase price is the rents. So $100,000 house would be $1,000 rent. 200,000 would be $2,000 rent.
Okay. Yeah.
Find those because those are interesting ones, and they're ones that you're going to be able to call on.
Right.
You're going to talk to them. You're going to do the same thing that you did with the 20 that you called that you didn't care about, but you're going to find out more information. Once you find all of that information out with the realtor, then you say, you know what, I like your property, and I want to give you a proper offer. So I'm going to go and run some numbers. Can I give you a call back in an hour or two? And they'll be like, yeah, absolutely. So what happens with that calling back in an hour or two is you get credibility as a potential buyer because you actually did what you said you were going to do.
Yeah, yeah. Right.
A bunch of these other yahoos just call and say, hey, I see you, your place is 200,000, I'll give you 100. And the realtor's like, no, go kick rock. I don't care to talk to you anymore.
Right.
Okay. And so that's going to help you build that. And Big Choppa, I want you to do the exact same thing. And anybody else that is nervous about making phone calls, which is completely normal because we all had that feeling. Even getting on the stage here, like it's one of those things where you're like, oh crap, I'm putting myself out there. I want as many people to come on stage and talk to me as possible because it makes everything more normal. And so it just becomes a phone call. Like you and I are now chatting.
Yeah, this is now cool, right? Once it's happening.
It's so easy once you've done it. Have you ever bungee jumped?
Nope.
Okay. So you'll be amazed. Like after you bungee jump for the next hour and a half, you are king of the world. Your confidence is through the roof. Right. And the bottom line with Hold My Hand Wholesale, the whole point of this entire thing is we're trying to build confidence. Right. And so the only way to build confidence is to face your fears. Yeah. And it's a silly fear because you're just talking to another human being about a house.
But it's funny how times have changed, kind of.
Yeah.
Like it's a don't talk to strangers thing is all what you're taught. And so now it becomes a fear thing versus maybe back in the day it was a little less. But anyway. That's cool.
Okay. Can you do that?
Yeah, I can do that. I will do that. And then I'll hop back on.
As the day goes on, just call further west, okay? Just keep, because you're going to be chasing the clock, because in the East Coast, it's going to get later quicker. Okay. And so just call realtors and just head west till you're talking to people in California.
Yeah. Okay, that's cool. Hey, thank you very much.
Absolutely. And Big Choppa, that's what I want you to do too, okay?
All right.
I saw your question. So, all right, everybody. Let me know what happens.
Stone.
What's that?
You killed two birds with one stone. Excellent.
I know. I love that.
Big Choppa and me.
I killed a Joel and a Choppa. Come tomorrow to my live, 8 a.m. in the morning, PST. So, where are you? Are you on the East Coast?
Yeah, me. Yeah. Right now it's almost 4 o'clock here.
Yeah, so 11 o'clock your time, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. is my lives. So come back tomorrow and tell me how it went, okay?
You bet. I will do that.
Okay, I'm psyched.
Thanks, Trent.
Good job.
Much appreciated. Bye for now.
You bet. Okay, take it easy.
Yep.
All right. Let's go with AK. What's up? And you're muted. Where's the mute? Oh, down by your name.
And then switch my screen.
What's going on?
How are you doing, Trent?
Good. I like your room.
Thanks.
Got some cool stuff going on in there.
I sent you an address.
Yep, let me check.
I had basically a call with a real estate agent, I want to say a few months ago. He didn't really want to do a sub 2 deal, but then I think the listing failed. So I called the property owner, and they're open to doing a sub 2 deal, but the issue is it doesn't see, like, there's some things not adding up. So the property was listed for $200K, but they say they owe about $220 on it.
Okay.
So then I asked for the mortgage statement, and they're like, yeah, we don't have it. our real estate agent was dealing with everything. I was like, yeah, I tried to reach out. He has not hit me back up. Like, I don't know if he even brought this to your attention. But then after
what you can do is you can also you can also ask them for their login information for their bank where they have the mortgage.
Oh, really?
That's yeah. Oh, yeah. I do that all the time because that's the best. And if they're like, oh, I don't want to do that. I'm like, the worst thing I can do is pay off your mortgage. I can't steal anything from you. And they're like, oh, yeah, I guess that's kind of a good point. So ask them for that. Yeah. And you can also do a FaceTime with them and say, if you're not comfortable with that, if you can just log into that, then I can see all the information I need to see.
The weird part is on PropWire, it says that there is no mortgage on it too.
Okay. And sometimes it's wrong. So PropWire, let me just check. I'm going to look at it on PropStream real quick. Yeah. See if that has a different story. It's so funny. We have a rule in my family with my kids that if you don't ASK, you don't GET. And so always ask, like, why not? You know, just ask people for things that might seem unreasonable.
That's true. Yeah, I just never thought to ask for a bank. It almost sounds like I'm asking for social security numbers.
Super shady. And so hey, can I get your bank info and your mother's maiden name? And that's why it's so important to build the rapport, because you build trust. And I can build trust with somebody pretty quickly. And I don't know why. Yeah. But it's just being honest with them and just kind of just relating with them. I don't see a mortgage either, but they bought in November of 2024 for 196. So it's very possible that 196.
Said that the interest rate is 2.9, which is also
delicious.
But if you bought it last year, then
something's weird.
Yeah,
I like the fact that your spidey senses are going off. Yeah, those are all things that don't make sense. So it means you know what you're doing, which is great.
Yeah. So but they're open to seller finance, and they're like, "Hey, I don't live there anymore. The only thing is, I just want nothing to do with this property." And I was like, "Yeah, we can take it off your hands. I just want to make sure there's like no agent on this. So can you call your agent and figure out if this property is even like if you guys still have a contract or if it's expired, and like I do need some more info on this." But if we are able to do a sub 2 on this, and if it is a 2.9% interest rate, she wants 220 for it, which is again a little bit higher than the market value for it. But if it is a 2.9% interest rate, it cash flows, but on a slim margin.
Okay. So we don't love that because we have to sell this to somebody else. So keep in mind always like, hey, is this something that I would want to buy? And if you're like, if you even go, then that's not a deal. You know what I mean? But if you're like, if you're running and telling everybody, like I just found this deal and it's $100,000 below what it should be, and then it's a deal. It looks like they have a foreclosure for an unpaid balance of $196,880.
It's already foreclosed. That's why. What's happening?
Well, 11/5/2024. So I don't know if these guys took over that when they bought it, but it was recorded the day after it was purchased on public record. A lot of weird things going on here, so you got to get a full understanding of what's happening.
And what's the best way to do about it? Is to get the mortgage form? Would you say?
Getting onto their that's everything, because that will tell you everything about the property you need to know. And another thing you can do is you can say, hey, I'm more than happy to FaceTime with you. You can go on and then just point it at the thing and I'll look at it. But it's interesting. There's something going on that's weird.
Yeah.
It looks like, I don't know if they paid their property taxes in 24. But I don't think they did, because I don't see that 24 was paid. But it might be one of those places that, I would just say, hey, can we go onto loandepot.com and just check it out and see what the real story is, because you really want to help them out and take their burden away.
And if you do the sub 2, you have to put it in a trust, right? Like we'd have to put in a trust.
So why not call it sub 2? Because that's not what we're doing. Sub 2 is subject to the mortgage, and we have to go through the bank on those. But if we put it into a trust, then we are just buying the trust. There's no bank involved. Okay. And so the bank never really, they don't care because people put their property in a trust all the time. We're just taking over the responsibility of the payments every month and taking over the responsibility of the mortgage. Okay. So that's the best way to describe it, is like, we're going to take that burden away from you. We're going to go ahead and handle it. We're going to be 100% responsible for every bit of the taxes, the payments, all that stuff. The only thing that we're going to ask them is that they stay on the mortgage, and that's 10% of the trust will be their name, but it's only to keep the mortgage intact, and so we can pay the mortgage.
Okay. And if they're like, oh, I almost want, like, I don't care about this property, I have nothing to do with it, I want my name nowhere to beyond that, then you think they almost don't care about foreclosing it? You think it's just at that point, just let them go?
At that point, yeah. But I mean, again, there's like 5 unanswered questions in this one.
Yeah.
I would check it out, because those are the best ones.
Yeah. I have another one. We actually wanted to JV on this one, but then the real estate agent did not communicate the terms properly to the homeowner. I'll send you that.
Okay.
Let's see.
Is that
2410?
Yep, got it.
Yeah. So basically, with that one, I reached out also to the homeowner. Like, I tried to call her a few times, but it didn't work. So then yesterday, I was just like, sent her a text message. I was like, hey, like, I see that you're still looking to sell your property. It's a failed listing. Can you give me a call back? And she's like, you have to deal with my real estate agent. And then I was like, it seems like it's a failed listing. And she's like, not sure, I'll contact Parker. And I was like, yeah, I tried to put a offer with Parker. It was a seller finance offer, and he did not give me enough time to do the inspection. He wanted like a 3-day inspection or something like that, when we were asking for at least like 7 business days. And he wanted earnest money up front when we wanted on the inspection. And she said that she'll get back to me, so I'm still waiting for that one, but I'm hoping that one will work, because I think she's open to selling. I think it's just the real estate agent tried to, like, I don't know, had an ego that he wanted to negotiate a better deal for her or whatever it is.
Yeah,
right? And
sure.
I think that came onto the deal, but I think that could potentially work.
You want to run from it. It's got a 7% interest rate. So there's no buyer that wants that. They can get that on their own.
Oh, wow.
So
no, I think it's a seller finance. Wait, I'll send it to you.
No, they have a mortgage. They have a $180,000 loan that they put in place, 5/24, and they owe $176,000 still.
I want to make sure we're talking about. Is it the 2410 Glad Lane Drive, Montgomery, Alabama?
Yep, got it.
Oh, I thought it's free.
Yeah. Nope. Not according to PropStream, but check and see, because it's interesting. They're asking less than they owe, which is always kind of a red flag. You're kind of like, why would you do that?
Yeah.
So, because their estimated loan balance is $176,772.
Huh.
So they've got $5,000 of payments that they've done so far.
Oh, okay.
Their equity is about $5,000.
Okay, never mind then.
Yeah, more than likely. But that's a great, taking over the mortgage is awesome on that. Like, I like doing that. Well, no, we don't like doing that because it's 7%. Yeah, move on. Yeah, save yourself from that.
On to the next one then. Sweet, thank you.
All right, bro. See you.
Yeah.
All righty, Stacey.
Hey, Trent.
What's up?
Pretty good. Can't complain.
Good.
So
well, I wouldn't listen if you did. just so you know.
Okay. So yesterday, basically, what I do, like, I go to the gym at like 6, come back at like 8, and then I just look at a whole bunch of properties and send offers through messages through Google Voice. And a realtor hit me up, and I spoke to him about 52. You could pull this one up too. 52 Miller Avenue, Acorn, Ohio.
Alrighty.
They're asking 52,000. I put it into buy box. At first, he's being a little bit hesitant, but I end up talking to him and like, who's gonna buy this for 52 grand? We ran some numbers, and I came back to him like, nobody's gonna buy this. So let me just sell. Let's just do a seller finance deal. And he's like, okay, get me a good number. He wants to be somewhere close to 40 grand, but buy box is saying 36,400.
Yeah, so offer him 30 if buy box is saying that. I always like to go below what buy box. Tell me the address. 52 Miller Ave.
92.
In where?
92 W.
Oh,
Miller
90.
Ave.
Gotcha. And in Akron?
Yeah, Akron.
Okay. Acorn.
Yeah.
We're gonna have a day where we just go through and explain like the names of all these places.
Right.
Love those Acorn. Okay, so this guy owns 4 properties. So let's see, and he's got no mortgage.
Right. And he bought 17.
Probably it's like, oh, he bought it for 17.
Yeah, he bought 17.5. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
yeah, just offer him 25.
Yeah, but I ran some comps, and the comps are all over the place. I see one. So I found a comp on PropStream, and it is 190 W Miller Ave, same street. But this is what you call this? They did a rehab on this property and sold for 125. I'm looking in the neighborhood, and most of the stuff there is like 99 to like 120.
Yeah, this needs $100,000.
Yeah,
I mean, it needs a. Yeah, this is one I would offer maybe 10, because it looks like here's what I see. It looks like he started doing it,
and then he stopped,
and then he realized, wait, I don't know what I'm doing. And my feeling is people need to pay for that. Like, he's going to lose money on this if he wants to get it sold. So that's when I come in at like 10, or a little less even. Like let him take the hit.
Gotcha.
The ARV probably is, let's see. I mean, it's a cool looking place, but it needs a lot of help.
It needs a lot of work. So let's say I do a seller deal, right? And I do seller financing at 10, but over the 72 months, he's gonna earn like, let's say, 15, if so much.
Probably not. I mean, it's if a seller finance that low of a price is kind of silly, because that's right. Usually what we would pay. It's just 10 grand. But like right next door, an empty lot is 10 grand. But to the other side, 33 grand, 37 grand. 67, 13 on the other side. So nothing in here is really skewing super high. So yeah, that's what I would do. I would just offer him 10, say, I know you paid 17, but you also failed on your rehab. So there's a lot of stuff we have to take care of.
Okay, great. That's all I got for today.
Yeah, and don't be afraid of like hurting people's feelings. Like, it's okay.
Gotcha. Makes sense.
It is. Yeah, I mean, it's just not. Otherwise, you just couldn't. It wouldn't be a good deal at all.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Sure. Okay, bud. Take care. All right. Let's see. Recall 4 pounds. Is that Richard? Is that what it is?
Hey, it's Markel.
Oh, Arkel, 4 pounds.
4 LB for Long Beach.
Oh, Long Beach. Okay. Which Long Beach? California?
Yeah.
Yep, I can see palm trees in the background.
All right. So I DM'd you the address of the property. Give you a little backstory. So I had called the realtor twice, talked to him about this house, asked about why they're selling it, because I found out it's a super low interest. It's a 3.1. I found out the sellers are going through a divorce right now, so that's why they're selling the property. And so for the last couple of days, I've been talking with her. It's like my offer was originally for $8K to take over their loan. That way, I told her, it's like, look, they're not going to make any money off this sale whatsoever. If I give them $4,000 each in their pocket, allow me to take over their property, it would be a win for them and a win for me. I also offered for a covering closing cost and her fee. Then
And the realtor's fee?
Yeah. That way, it would just kind of incentivize her to, really push for this deal. Haven't heard back from her yet, but I want to know what your opinion on that is.
Okay, so what I'm seeing is no mortgage. So that might be wrong. I trust the realtor. If they say there's a mortgage, then there's a mortgage.
On batch, because I've been using batch leads, this says there is a mortgage on there.
Okay. This is in Ponchatoula.
Yeah.
Is that the one?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So you're way more generous than I am. How much do they owe on the mortgage?
Let me see. They owe $268,712.
270. We'll just round everything up to make your life easier.
270.
Yep. Okay. Let me see this one. Well, it's not a bad looking house. I mean,
it's actually pretty brand new. I think it's a 2022.
Yeah, no, it looks really nice. Okay. Yeah, so I think your offer is incredibly generous. What are we looking at here? So we're looking at, so is she going to charge you 6% or 3%?
3%.
Okay. So that's not, yeah, $8,000 you're giving her.
I think that's what it was.
And you're giving them $8,000 as well. So you're giving away $16K of money that could be your assignment fee.
So you think it was too much
of
an offer?
Oh boy, yeah. So they owe how much? 270 you said?
270, yes.
And they're asking 265?
Yeah.
Does that make any sense?
No, it doesn't.
Okay, so they're asking $5,000 less than they owe, and you want to give them $16,000 $16,000 more, and then you have to sell that to somebody else. How's that even going to happen?
Listening to you say that, because in my head, for some reason I thought it was sounding good, just because I was saying, all right, we'll just give them, just the 8 plus. I didn't realize how much it was for the realtor's fee. So yeah.
And then, the other surprise is the $4K for closing costs. So that's $20,000 for a house that they're asking $5,000 less than it's worth, or that they owe on it. Not even sure what it's worth. Let's see. I like the fact that you said, "Oh wow," when you say it out loud. That doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
And so they're probably, if they didn't accept that right away, I don't know what's going on.
Right, I haven't heard back from them like the last 2 days, so I'm assuming they, because I told them that I wanted to take over the mortgage, but I'm not sure if they want to do that or not. So
Yeah. Well, they're morons to not just jump on that. Because in the neighborhood, that's like on the other side is like 300,000. There's a 372 in there. They look like
Yeah.
they're cookie cutter. They're all the exact same, except you got a huge like moat in the middle of it. I don't know what that is.
it's they have a little bit of a lake and like a river system in their area.
Oh, okay, so it's moving water. It's not just a. Okay, so here's what you do: is you go back and act like you're somebody else. I mean, it's one of those things where you're like, because I mean, you can go into there and just be like, "Hey, I was looking at the wrong property. You guys, you know." But yeah, if you can take over their loan, and if they do have that interest rate, you don't want to give them a penny, and you want to get the realtor to just do her job for $500.
Okay.
That's where you want to be. If you can do that, that'd be great.
Got it. Okay, so yeah, I think just the miscalculation of the closing costs and her fee kind of threw that all out of proportion.
No, yes. Well, so many people are like, "Well, I felt bad for him." I'm like, "Feel bad for yourself because you're going to spend a lot of money on this thing."
Right.
And then it's not sellable.
All right, cool. Thank you. Thank you for.
I think it's probably because you live in Long Beach. I'm thinking that's the problem.
Right.
I'm south of you, so I'm just it's being an Orange County snob.
Oh yeah.
All right, let me know what happens.
All right, cool. Thank you.
Okay, later. Okay, who's next? Nobody has their camera on. I guess. Well, I know, Bashir, you always have your camera on, but I think you probably have it on just so you can look at yourself. I'm pretty sure. There we go. Peso, how are you?
I'm good. Can you hear me?
Yeah, what's going on?
All right. I called a realtor before. I seen it has a VA loan. It has an interest rate of 2.80, 15% equity. But I called her. But before I called her, I texted her and asked her, "Do you think your seller would be open if I can just take over the mortgage? I can see what I can put in your seller's pocket as far as profit, and I'll try to pay your commission." And she said, "Call me." So I called her. I told her everything that I know, but I didn't want to kill the deal, because I can't really give her the full breakdown how it works, A through Z. But she sounds interested in it, but she wants to know more, But I wanted to know if someone from your team can hop on and explain it to her A through Z, so I don't really kill the deal,
Yeah, absolutely, no problem. Send me the address in my DMs.
Okay, yeah.
Just click on my picture, right click on it, and it'll say message, and then you can just DM it to me.
Let's see. What she thinks it's seller finance, and I was telling her it's not seller finance. It's a little different. We can either throw it into a sub 2 or a trust, but I don't like to do sub 2 just because of the due on sale clause. And she kept talking about a 5-year balloon, so that's how I know she's not really educated enough on the trust.
That's so good. The fact that you recognize that off the bat is great.
Yeah.
So she has no idea what's going on in that regard.
She's motivated though. She's for sure motivated. She just doesn't know enough about it. I sent you the address right now.
Yeah.
Did you?
Yep. Here we go. Oh, I know why now. That's my home state.
Ah, really?
See how smart I am? There are a bunch of us down there. All morons. That's terrible. But it is a smaller town, so
Yeah, it's been
let's
on.
check it out.
Here.
Zillow. Oh, okay. There's always a reason. But it's
Peso, you need something from me?
Yeah.
What's that?
To see if someone could hop on a call with the realtor because she's not educated enough on the sub 2 or trust acquisitions, and I didn't want to kill the deal by saying like a whole bunch of stuff that don't really like mean nothing or matter.
Sure.
But I just
It's no problem.
You know, you can reach out to me for that, right?
I was actually looking for you, but I couldn't find you in the chat.
Oh,
Am I not here?
I got you.
Am I not right here? Garrett, you taking over my live?
Oh no, someone in the chat on this live stream put my name
That
there.
works, right? Okay. I'm sorry.
Someone
got muted.
Oh, someone put in Garrett Luciano Ortega in the chat.
Okay.
So yeah, that's why I came on. I wouldn't have come on if then someone tagged me in here.
It. I appreciate it. But we got it.
Either Trent or I can help, whatever you prefer.
Okay, yeah, I just want to see what like the best time that you guys will work around her schedule,
I've got a call coming up in 20 minutes. I don't know what Trent's schedule is, so your choice, whatever you want to do.
Yeah, I would
probably share the terms.
Yeah, go
at least. Share the terms. What are the terms? Tell Trent and I about it. Let's see if it makes sense.
I've been working. Garrett, you tend to jump in the middle, and it's kind of rude. I'm going to be honest with you.
Hey man,
how about just
no, man, it's not rude. You know what my name is on here? It's Trust Acquisition. Someone tagged me in here to jump in and help. If you don't want me to help, I'd be happy to leave, but that's what my role is in here. Someone tagged me and asked me to be in here. I apologize. I'm not trying to be rude. Someone summoned me in here, right? Someone summoned me in here. I didn't just come in and be like, oh, I'm trying to take over your live stream.
Do your thing.
No. I'll let you get to it. No, I just want to hear about the terms. Yeah, tell us about the terms, Trent and I. Tell us about the terms, Peso. Trent can help you with it.
The terms? Well, I didn't really mention terms to her. I just told her that I would try to take over the mortgage and I would try to get her some profit for her seller and then try to pay her commission.
Okay. Can you tell Trent and I what is the list price? What's the mortgage bonds?
The list price, I believe, is $265, and the loan balance, I believe, is $211.
Okay, so the problem is when you're doing the math on that, you would want to see what they would make after they would lose commissions and closing costs. So if you're to do 265 times 0.93 times 0.93, that would give you 246. And you said it was 211 is their mortgage balance?
Right.
So subtract 211 from that, and that gives you 32.45. That means they make $32,000 after they sell their house and pay the realtors, and that's more than 10% entry already of the list price. So unless they've been on market for a really long period of time, I don't think they'd accept it.
It's been on there for a year. Oh, I can't hear you.
Okay. Well, I don't know where he went.
Yeah, but it's been on here for a year. But I think that it's a lot of motivation behind this, even though it's
absolutely
65.
I want to wait. I want to wait and find out what Garrett has to say about it. I don't know where he went, because it's not rude to just jump in and start talking when two people are talking. Apparently.
Yeah, that part too.
Well, I don't know where, and he left, so I don't know. I don't really get that.
But you could tell that she wanted to know more, I just didn't want to kill the deal. That's all.
No, absolutely. We were in the middle of figuring it out, but
I don't even know how the no sell clause works.
Garrett has a title that I think he's pretty proud of, so I don't want to step on his toes at all.
Right.
Garrett doing Garrett things. Well, I'm totally baffled by that exchange. There we go. Oh, hi Shane. How are you?
I'm well. Thank you. How are you?
Good. I'm just being interrupted. It's awesome. I really appreciate it. It's an interesting. And then he dips out completely and is gone. So I don't know, Garrett. If you're here, come on back up. You must have pressed a button that was wrong. Come on back. Well, okay. So let's go back to what we were talking about real quick. So they owe let's see, now we're going to go back to it here. Did you figure out what they owe?
Yeah, I believe it's 211.
Okay, let's check and see. Yeah, so it's interesting. This is interesting. Here, I'll send it to you, Garrett. I mean, sorry. Oh wow, that was rude. I apologize, Shane. Let me send you this one too. Okay, guys, we're coming back to figuring this out real quick.
Thank you.
Okay, let's see. So, okay, 2.8. They've their original loan amount was 230, and now they're at 209. So they don't have a ton of equity. Let's just see what the area. So my feeling, I don't know what Matt Garrett was doing, but my feeling in these situations is just to take over the loan. It's got an excellent interest rate. So have you talked to them at all about just taking over the loan and relieving them of that? How much was it a month? So they've got $1,000 a month they're paying, and it could be a situation where they're just tired of paying it.
Yeah, I let them know that I wanted to take over the mortgage. That's the first thing I let them know.
What's that?
I said that's the first thing I let them know, that I was trying to take over the mortgage.
Okay, and how'd they respond to that?
They sounded interested in it, but they started getting confused because she started talking about a 5-year balloon, but that's seller finance, correct?
Yeah, exactly. Okay, sorry, I'm getting back on track with what we're talking about. Yeah, so it is a situation where she has no idea what she's talking about, and right. So in these situations, what I like to do is just come in and take over the loan and say, because it does look vacant, right?
Yeah.
So they potentially don't have a renter in there. And so if you want to get on a call with me, I'm going to put my Calendly in your DMs.
Slide into his DMs, Trent?
I'm sliding in your DMs. Sorry about that. Nothing like a 60-year-old man sliding into your DMs. Okay, so here we go. Hey, Marilyn, can you throw that in? I apologize, guys. Garrett completely threw me off because that just drives me bananas. I don't know who summons him, but please don't summons him anymore. It's like he's the king, so he summons the king. Can you Marilyn, can you send Peso my Calendly? So I'm gonna get on a phone call with his realtor and try to see if we can explain things away a little bit. Have you been talking to her on just text, or do you talk to her live too?
I texted her yesterday. I didn't even think she was gonna reply, to be honest, because I texted maybe like 10 people, but she hit me back, and then she said, "Can I call you?" And I said yes. So I called her this morning, and I just gave her like the little breakdown, everything that I know, that I'm educated with. That's exactly what I told her, So that's how that went today.
Okay, cool. Let's do the call afterwards. She'll be still around, so that'll work out perfect. So Marilyn sent you. Yeah, Marilyn sent you a in your DMs. Back there, there'll be a Calendly. Talk to her, set up a time, and then just put in a request my time as well, and I'll help you through it.
Okay, yeah, I appreciate that.
Absolutely, happy to do it.
All right, thank you.
All right. Okay, Bashir, you all good? Just making sure you're awake. I love just talking to you every now and then.
I'm good. I'm great.
You get thrown off, and I love it. It cracks me up. That was it. I had nothing else for you.
That is all.
Unless you want to summons the, what is his job? He's got some title. It's so impressive. Yeah, exactly. Okay, AK, what's going on? AK, you there? Okay. We'll throw him back into the audience. Jazz, what's up?
How you doing? How you
Yes.
doing? Before we
Good.
start,
You got a camera?
yeah, I do. I'm just gonna send you this the property that had a question
Oh,
on.
perfect. Okay. Yeah, let's see it.
But yeah, I actually had a question, had a new question because I had a question from earlier, but I did get on a call today, couple calls. But
Okay.
the first two they were under contract. And then the third one, the lady was being very, very like short with me, I guess, and like she didn't seem very like friendly. So
Yeah,
I wonder
that's called
like
a realtor.
how do
What that's called.
I so like how do I deal with that? Because like she didn't really seem like she wanted to answer my questions. Maybe I did sound a little bit too new, I guess, maybe. But
It could be. I mean, but it's still, yeah. Well, here's what you got to realize is these realtors are dealing with a lot of morons that just call and make an offer and
how
don't
do I
really
turn
have
the
any.
camera around?
You're so close.
I don't even know how to turn it around. Now I'm confused on Discord. That's crazy.
Things are just crazy right now. Like we've had, I don't know what we're looking at, but there's
I don't know how to turn it
you
around. I'm on my phone, so I don't know how to turn it around right now.
I just like that you have Sweet Joey on your desk. That's very nice.
but the one I did send you, it in the description is saying no money down, 100% financing. So before I do get on another call, I want to know like how to actually like I guess talk to them.
That's
like how to
let's see.
negotiate and how
Did
to
you
like
send me the
yeah, I
did you
sent it
send
to
me the address?
Yeah, I sent it to you.
Oh, I did. Okay, hold on. Yeah, and it's
Yes,
zeroed down.
Yeah, that's what it's
We
saying. It's
love
saying no
that.
money down, 100% financing available. So I want to know how to, before I even get on the call and like I mess it up, I want to know how to actually talk to them.
Okay, yeah, let's work it on. Let's give you some reasons to chat. Hold on, let me. I was just muting some people. Let's see here. And Shane, I'm sending it over to you. So
the lady was being very short. I mean, the one, this is not the one I was talking about, but the one I did call before, it said it was on the market for 200 and something days. So I try to use the pitch. I have a pitch written out that Richard had on, like I just written it out when he made a video about it. So I have two scripts that he had. So I written them down and I was trying to actually use it, but she was just being very short with me and like she didn't. Yeah, she was just like. So I asked you, what the problem
happens.
Yeah,
that's the key to that is I kind of love it when they're that way because I like to turn them. And so all you do is agree with them and be nice to them, and usually that turns them pretty quickly.
Kill them with kindness.
Okay, so kill them with kindness. Let's see. So prop stream. So what was your plan? Wanted to take over? I'm curious. The 0% down part is pretty nice. There's nothing wrong with that.
That makes most things appealing.
I know. I'm a huge fan of 0% anything.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do you have prop stream, Jazz? Jazz still here?
You haven't? What you said?
Do you have prop stream or no?
Yeah.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Are you talking about me, Jasmine?
Oh no, not yet. Sorry, talking to Jazz.
Jazz, so I thought you were just shorting. I'm sorry.
No worries. No, fair mistake for sure. No worries. Okay, Jazz. What? I'm having a hard time pulling it up on PropStream. Did you have the same problem, or?
I haven't pulled up.
There we go. Got it. Okay. There was a lost comma in there somewhere. Okay. Let's see. So they've got no. Yeah, they for sure don't have a mortgage. So yeah, this will work. We just have to find out their terms because 0% is great. But they want an FHA or a conventional loan. They don't want to do seller finance. So you're going to have an uphill battle saying, "Hey, I'd love to do that, but you want me to do it with you with a set of payments?" They're more than likely going to be not into it. I don't know. They must have a mortgage brokerage or somebody that they work with that is offering no money down. So do you want to?
So should I just call from the? I mean, honestly, would entice me because I know you said, I know before you was like you like stuff that says no money down. So I was like, all right, that's the first line. That's the first line on Zillow. So it's like, all right, this might be a good deal. So I mean,
but know that they are asking for FHA and a conventional loan only for it as well.
Really? I didn't see that in the description, so I just okay.
Yeah, it's right after the no money down part.
Oh, so that's what that means. The 100% financing. That's what that means.
Yeah, they're saying 100% financing. So more than likely, this realtor works with a mortgage broker.
Okay.
That somehow is going to do that for you. I wouldn't shy away from it yet. I would definitely call them back and say, "Hey, I saw you."
I didn't even call them yet, to be honest. I just seen that and I was like, all right. Because
always call first. Yeah, okay. No, call them. I don't want you guys doing anything before you call a realtor because there's so many other factors that come into play that you've got to call the realtor first. That is 100% mandatory.
Okay. All right. I just didn't want to call you because I guess, that the call that I did get on, she was just, she wasn't really feeling it. So I was like, all right.
No, call anybody. Don't be bullied at all. Don't even let that come into your mind. Because so have you made a lot of phone calls or no?
I mean, I just made my first 3 today. The first 2, they already said they were on a contract, and then the one I did get through, and I was trying to pitch it. She was just she wasn't feeling it. So I was like, you know what I mean? Let me see.
Yeah, let's call this one right now. Okay. I want to see. I want to hear your pitch, and be curious. That's all you need to be. Is just like, hey, I saw that there's no money down on this. Can you explain how that works? You can. Anytime you want, you can always kind of fall on the mercy of the realtor to be your guide. And so if you're ever at the point where you don't know what to say, you can always just be like, "Hey, I'm a new investor. Can you help me through this?"
Okay. So I'm going to switch it to my computer and then I'll call on my phone.
Okay, cool. Perfect.
Ma-mute e mai non ho prospuciare. Dammi un attimo. Avete dato buon, no? No, disami.
See me now, right? Oh no, I guess not. Let me see. You now, right?
Yep, it's rolling. Let's see.
Iris Coleman.
It's sure trying hard, but it's not popping up. But go ahead and call.
I'm gonna call right now.
Okay. Sí, Gambari, dime. Uite grasoso.
No, arvoin siellä saako potreadno siellä. Okay.
Sitio Strato si può tenere un mappa.
Yeah.
Tipo menu cliente cara tiene mappa.
Sì, ma come sa pone pari cliente ng nuovo, pero just let me.
I can't tell if he's talking.
Get your way to see mommy.
I'm calling about a property. I'm good. I'm calling about a property on 1279 Jacksonville Street, Jacksonville, Florida. I just had a couple questions. You know, I'm a new investor, and I'm just wondering. I seen on Zillow it says no money down, 100% financing available. Like, what does that really mean? It's only for FHA loan, and what you said? And a conventional loan. So that's the only way you're gonna be able to sell a house. What if I want to come in and just take over the loan? Could you repeat that? I couldn't hear you. I said that's the only way it will work. What if I want to come in and to maybe take over the debt or sell a financing, something like that? No, the word is not open for financing. Okay, so what if I want to come in and take over the loan? That wouldn't work either. No. Okay, no problem. Thank you. Yeah, so she was only saying she wanted to do either FSA loan or a conventional loan.
Yeah, and that's what it says in the thing. Okay, so here's your homework. I want you to get on the phone and talk to 20 realtors because you're telling them what to tell you. Because you're like, oh, so that's not going to work because of this and this. Don't ever say that because then they'll be like, yeah, that doesn't work. And so you don't want to give them that opportunity. You can say, how can we make it work? Or would it be a problem to take a set of payments? So you went right into all the buzzwords that realtors hate, which is seller financing. They'll shut you down faster than anything. Okay. So I want you to get on, and I don't care if it's any kind of property at all. I want you to get on, call 20 realtors and just get the jitters out.
Calls. Like I call them and they
pick up. Calls. Right. Yep. You call them and you just start chatting with them because you built zero rapport with that agent. So she has no reason to care about you at all. And so that's why these realtors are being short with you, is because you're just like, hey, I'm calling on this. No money down. What's that mean? Which was good. And that's what I asked you to say. But then she said FHA and conventional. And you're like, so you're saying that there's no other way to do this? So you're leading her to give you a negative answer. Do you know what I'm saying?
Right now, I hear you.
Because instead you could say, would it be a problem for the seller to take a set of payments? That gives her a chance to say no, but it's in the affirmative for you. So no, that wouldn't be a problem. You know what I'm saying? It's a negotiation technique by an FBI negotiator, where it allows people to say no during a negotiation. Does that make sense?
I do. It does. It does.
Okay. So what I really want you to do is get on. I just want you to call realtors for the rest of the day. And just as it gets later, just go further west. But get on and just find out why people are selling their properties. Get to know the realtor a little bit. Build some rapport. Ask them about things. You can, like this one, what was her name? Moses? Or is that the right one? What you can do is just be like, oh my gosh, Moses is my father's name. That's so amazing. That's his middle name. Or anything. Just build some kind of...
To make them like loosen up, basically.
Exactly. And you'll loosen up too, which is even better. Okay. So I want you to just get to do, just do as much of that as possible. Another place you can pull questions to ask them is within the Zillow description. You can be like in this one, it says close to key amenities. You can be like, hey, what kind of amenities are there? It says it's close to some stuff. Can you tell me? Right. And they'll be like, oh yeah, it's the supermarket and the Johnson's Park and and then you can be and it's pretty close to the airport. They're like, yeah, 15 minutes away from the airport. So you just want to talk about anything just to build any kind of rapport. Okay.
So I sped into it. I should have just slowed down.
Exactly. Perfect. Yep. And that's why I like to ask questions I know the answer to, because then it gives me confidence when I'm talking to them on the phone.
Right. Okay.
Does that make sense?
No problem. Thank you. I will definitely get
All right.
back to you, probably tomorrow because I'm
Okay.
going to be making
Tomorrow morning, 8 to 10 PST. I want you to come back. I want you to tell me how many calls you made, okay? I'm going to hold your feet to the fire. Okay? All right. Okay, Doug, what's going on?
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah. What's up?
Hey, first I'm going to send you a link real quick in the chat. Everyone can look at it. You and I have a lot in common. I spent the last 30 years on the set.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Right?
If you click on gallery, you can see my pics. But yeah, I've been in TV production for 30 years.
Oh, nice. Whereabouts?
I'm a sound recordist in Philadelphia, but I also
nice.
work in New York and DC. So
That's awesome.
Yeah. So a little quick history. This is my 4th day in Hold Your Hand, but back in 2002, I did. Looking at all those pictures.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've had a great career, man. I got to go to London for Lady Diana's funeral. I spent 10 years on 20/20 Dateline, 48 Hours, 60 Minutes. I spent
no kidding. Okay.
I spent a year of my life in the back of a police car filming that TV show Cops.
Oh boy, that's a
11
tough one
years
too.
on the sidelines for the Philadelphia Eagles for ESPN. Covered every home game for 11 years. Yeah, it's fun, but as you know, there is no more TV production. I went
It doesn't exist.
I went from working 29 days a month down to working 5.
Yep, that's that's why I'm here. COVID put me, because most everything I did was with ESPN and ABC Sports.
Okay.
But now we moved into commercials. Frito-Lay and Pepsi would hire us for Super Bowl commercials and stuff. So good to know you're out there, though. And you said, where are you located
I'm in
now?
Philadelphia.
It's okay.
Cool.
It's okay. Yes.
That's good to
I was
know.
gonna say T Street. We'll call it. Look.
You're my kind of guy. Yeah, the news guys, we all disappeared.
Right.
It just doesn't.
Yes, I am calling about that one.
I'm just a few years younger than you. Anyway, real quick.
Really? For the property?
Somebody's mic is open.
Not that much younger. Oh boy. The sound guy can hear that somebody's mic is open.
Yeah, I think it might be Maria or somebody. Anyway, back in 2020, I think 2002, I started investing. So I did 5 subject twos that I bought and held. I did lease option as my exit strategy. One house I lease optioned out 7 times, and I got $38,000 in non-refundable option consideration over 7 tenants. None of them ever bought. I only had one tenant ever buy my house.
No kidding. That's awesome.
I did like 17 light cosmetics. And
did you send me an address?
Oh, no. I just started 5 days ago. My questions are getting started.
What can I do?
So I just wanted to give you some brief history of what I've done.
Yeah.
So I just opened Zillow. I just signed up for a prop stream like an hour ago. So
good.
My issue is searching on Zillow. I know this is a very low level question, but I figured I'd ask while you're here.
That's why I'm here. I like the low level questions.
I've entered my criteria 90 days on the market plus, and it's showing me houses that were listed 6 hours ago, and I can't figure out how to get past that.
In Zillow?
In Zillow, yeah.
You can do it on PropStream too. Those filters work better too.
Oh, I can search. So is it better to use PropStream for a PropStream or Zillow?
Oh. Yeah, so if you go down to I'm just gonna mute the mics there. So on Zillow at the top, did you go to more? Is that where you're doing your filtering?
Correct.
Okay. And so a lot of times there's something else clicked that you need to look through, like they automatically click coming soon. So that might be clicked.
No.
So check and see what all is clicked there.
Only thing that's clicked
So
is
go to the hit reset all filters. Okay. Good. Scroll all the way down to the bottom.
Okay.
Hit reset all filters. That way you'll be starting off. See, for mine, it always pre-clicks a bunch of them.
All right, I reset my filters. I unclicked coming soon. My criteria.
Did you unclick everything else?
I'm sorry?
Did you unclick everything else?
I did.
Okay, good. So now we're starting clean. So now just go down and do days on Zillow and go to 90 days and then hit apply and see what happens.
It's still doing the same thing.
Okay, check your do you have any boundaries that are clicked?
Well, I'm just on a map in the middle of North Carolina.
Okay.
I can find the 90-day plus homes, but I have to search for a while to find them.
Yeah, it's interesting because it should just come right up. And then go ahead and click on agent listed and see what you get. That should give you a bunch of dots over on your map.
Hey Trent, can I
say
something?
You see them?
When I see all right, maybe I'm doing this wrong. When I see the dots, and then I'm seeing some of them have a dollar sign.
Yep.
And I was only clicking on the dollar sign ones. What's the difference between the circles and the dollar signs?
Okay. The circles are everything. The dollar signs just show you the price. So you can just click on those and it will
I'm not hearing you if you're speaking.
I think he might be lagging out.
Oh, I see.
But from my experience and looking at the rest of the chat, the Zillow
I think
doesn't
it's
show.
glitching because that's not right.
Yeah,
Because
Zillow
all I
doesn't
did
show
was 6 months or more.
for some odd reason. It doesn't show over 90 days. It only shows under 90 days, or like whatever filter you put. It only shows under whatever the number you choose rather than over.
Oh.
Yeah, it's
For some reason it's giving me all the early ones.
Yeah, it's backwards.
So are you logged on to it?
I am. I'm signed in and logged on.
Sign out and try it.
Okay. Stand by.
Let me see it out.
That's what we say in TV. Stand by.
Standing by. Standing by.
Signing back in.
No, don't sign back in.
Oh, okay.
Don't sign back in.
I am gonna sign out.
Try. Yeah, just try it now and just I'm just gonna go through too and do it real quick.
All right.
And make sure coming soon's not clicked. Owner posted and agent listed are both clicked, and then 90 days, and then hit apply.
Okay.
Is that working for you?
I'm clicking on a property to see if it comes up here.
Right? Nope, it doesn't work. Actually, I've got 1 day as well.
Yeah,
I have no idea, Doug.
Oh. You think it's just a glitch that's happening today, maybe?
No,
I think so. I don't know why.
I'm not sure if you guys can hear
I
me or
have
not.
no
but
idea why it's doing that.
Definitely, it's been like that for a while.
Oh.
You're better off using PropStream because PropStream will show you days over versus days
Oh,
under.
here, somebody might have the answer. Hold on. We love it. That's the best part of this, Doug, is you've got a wealth of information coming from everybody here. Sort filters on zero, use sort filters. Who wanted to come up? What is sort
Use
filters?
You see where that is? I don't see a sort filter. Oh, sort homes for you. Well, my only options there are price high to low, newest, bedrooms, baths.
Hold on. Okay, you're up.
on Zillow, you typically it won't. It's really terrible at trying to show you the days on Zillow. But what I do is if you go from the tab from clicking, say you do like 6 months to 12 months, every time you click back and forth, you'll see new bubbles appear. And I would look for the new bubbles that appear and keep going back and forth and clicking on and off it, and it'll show the new bubbles that appear. Click on those ones. Those are the longest that have been on the market.
And
Okay.
how am I going between 6 months and 9 months? I don't see that option.
So there should be like a more tab at the top right on the Zillow. It's like,
Yeah.
and then you scroll down and it should say how long you want it on Zillow for. If you click 6 months and then you keep switching back from 6 to 12, it'll keep appearing new circles, and then just click the new circles.
I see. And what's the difference between the tiny circles and the oblong with the prices next to them?
That's what their asking prices are.
Okay. All right. So I'll work on that. My other question is, how rural are we looking? Like right now, I ended up in Charlotte, North Carolina. Do we want to stay within a city limit?
When we first started off with this, that was kind of the rule. But then a 12-year-old from Singapore came in and started doing rural. And
I know who it is.
Okay. Yeah, so he was killing it in rural stuff. So I say there is no, there's no right or wrong anymore. I would go anywhere you want.
But what about finding a buyer if it's really rural? Because he has to find a tenant.
Okay, the key is to find an amazing deal. Okay, and that's the one thing. Like, it's got to be one of those deals, Doug, that you're like, oh man, I want to buy this one.
Yeah,
this is one I like so much that I don't want to sell it. It's right. that kind of thing, because those will sell. If you get kind of deals, they just don't sell. It takes and we only have a very short window to sell them, so they've got to be amazing.
Okay, and I see that we don't do South Carolina, but North Carolina is okay.
Correct. And then did you see there's a list out there of all the ones?
So I'm in Pennsylvania, and that's on the list. And that's because you have to, it says you have to declare that you're wholesaling it, and you have to be an agent. Because my buddy's an agent. Can I go through him if I'm in Pennsylvania and I find a house?
You bet you can.
Okay.
No problem at all.
Okay. My other question was, I've come across a lot of investor flips where they flipped it and it's just sitting there vacant. And there's no mortgage. Are those ones we want to go after?
Depending on how many they have, you never really know. So my theory is, I want to call that investor if he's got 150 homes or 3,000 homes or whatever it is, and I want to make sure that I get to know somebody at that investment brokerage and say, hey, I'm here when you've got ones that are tough and they bug you or whatever. I want to be your guy to fix those problems.
It'd also be a good source for a buyer as well, right?
Exactly. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a fun game. This is you've found something really, really fun with Hold My Hand.
I'm not afraid to call agents. I was an agent myself for 7 years. I started out as an investor, and my only source for comps was realtor.com.
Oh, no.
So I got my license just so I could have access to the MLS.
Yeah. So now it's even better.
Yeah. All right. So I'm going to start calling tomorrow. Like, would you suggest that I spend my time tonight finding properties, and then I don't need to do the 20 calls. I'm ready to do that. But finding properties, and then the next day you call all the ones you found the day before? Or?
Yeah, so that's fine to do. If you're comfortable with calling, then that's awesome.
Why not?
The whole key to this entire thing is building up rapport. And quite honestly, they're going to have pocket listings. So the better the rapport, the more you're going to get their good stuff. Right. Because they've all got good stuff.
Why build a list of properties? Why not just jump into the call immediately?
That's how I feel too.
Okay.
I think there's a ton of productive procrastination in this business where there's a lot of things that you could do that in theory will help you get to your end goal, but at the end of the day, why not just jump into the call immediately? That's what I think you should do.
Okay,
Absolutely.
sounds good.
And the cool thing is you can figure out your strategy that way too, because no call. If you don't know what the strategy is, what are you figuring out? You know what I mean?
And it helps you figure out what doesn't work a lot faster. Because in reality, it's the first maybe. I mean, we hear of people getting deals on their first couple phone calls, but that it's not a reality for everybody. So when you make calls, you're inevitably going to have realtors who are a little bit difficult to deal with, but you'll learn what their triggers are. If I say this, they get mad. If I say I'm calling because I'm looking to do a wholesale deal, they get mad, and then I learn, okay, don't say that on the next call. So I'm a big believer in failing as much as you possibly can and really getting shit on the phone, because the more you get shit on, the faster you're going to learn like what not to say.
Yeah, I appreciate that. All right, I think that's all I got. And the only thing I'll say to the new people is, being an agent in the past, they're no better than you guys. They don't know anything more. They're just regular people. Don't be intimidated by an agent.
Mariah looks like she's about to say something.
Thanks for your time, Trent. I appreciate
Okay, buddy.
it.
Take care. Later.
All right. Let's jump
Okay.
into it, guys.
Do your thing, buddy. See you later.
How long were you live?
Just since I did 8 to 10 this morning, and then 12 to now.
Long time, man. Thanks for doing that.
Oh, it's fun. Are you kidding me? This has been. I mean, I told you came here and you're like, oh, I got to go live. I'm like, oh, bro, take a day off, and I get it now. I had to take days off because I was taking care of Drage, and I'm like, okay, I just want to get back to it because it's so much fun to talk to these guys. I love it.
I feel bad when I don't go live. It's consistently the best part of my day. It always starts as like, oh, it's a task, like a chore to do, but then as you get